up earlier.
I was eating some tacos.
Hold on, don't say nothing. Let's get this dude together. Okay, before we get started, like, share, subscribe, share the live, give 5. We in the Shonen shop. So yeah, let's have a moment of silence for Solo Leveling. I didn't know what I was gonna say before that, but we just gonna go with that. There was some news I want y'all to take a look at. I put it in the chat earlier. Can you get to that faster than I can, sir?
Probably. In the chat, our chat?
Yeah. Let's see. I want to know what y'all think about this. Yeah, they wouldn't let me live. I had to back out on y'all, man.
That's crazy.
Are you talking about this? What you posted? The Will Smith? Is that Will Smith?
No. 10 bucket list anime we cannot recommend enough. Staff picks.
Yeah.
Okay, I see it. I got it.
I don't like staff picks. I'm scared.
Yeah. Let's.
I never like staff picks. I'm gonna be real with y'all. I always have a problem with them.
I just think it's a way to kind of push something that nobody likes. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so go down real quick. I want to go to number 1.
Is it all the short ones that don't even have like a season worth of? Yeah,
I'm gonna cut my camera off.
Okay. Never mind. I take that back.
No. Don't take it back. What is that?
So
I don't know.
Hikaru no Go is actually. I actually watched the anime. I enjoyed it.
Is it a chess anime?
Yes, it's Go, which is the Japanese form of chess. Or not really. It's different. Anyways, Go has like countless numbers of ways that you can play the game between the two players, and in this series, the spirit of one of the original most famous Go players basically coaches this young man who has no interest in the game at all at first, but then slowly gains an interest and creates what they call the heavenly move, which is the move that he was that the ancient Go player was trying to accomplish his whole life.
Yeah. So sound like something that shouldn't be number 1, but I
would have watched that though. But
definitely not number 1, but like I'm not gonna lie, not number 1, but it's definitely a good one to watch. I'm not mad at the recommendation.
Hey, I was supposed to get a haircut today, and I got canceled on, so I look like a runaway patient. Go ahead.
Crazy.
Yeah, go ahead and go up. I'm not gonna say a patient or what, man, but okay, yeah. What's that? That should be on this list.
I've never heard of Relife.
No,
sound like ReZero.
This list is called for those that are watching this now in the future. This is called 10 best bucket list anime we can't recommend enough.
Bucket list, right?
Bucket
so that
list,
means
yeah.
it's like it's probably some heat that you gonna sleep on. Like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta watch.
Bucket list is you have to watch this before. Yeah. But I don't. Yeah. But okay, yeah. Go.
What ahead, in the world? No.
Go to number 3, please, sir. I was looking at this list in awe.
Link click. That looks like a manhwa. Oh no, it's Chinese.
Yeah. Okay. Trade instead. What? Hold on.
I was just like, what the?
What grammar is this? Okay.
It says
instead involves the client providing the photo. With it, they can travel back in time while Luguang provides guidance with his ability to see 12 hours into the future. These back to the moments taken. That's what is this? What? Why?
It's a time. Yeah, ReZero. All that.
I don't care.
Skip.
I don't care. Like
this is 1, 2, and 3. This is the top 3. You continue, please, sir.
Wow.
Love is hard for otaku. I've heard of that.
I've never heard of this one.
It's a slice of life. It's like about
what is up with these slice of life animes coming up right now in this list?
They have a slice of life have a really big market.
Dude, I get it. I understand that. But to be at like a top 10 recommend, like we're treating this bucket list, right? As if like somebody who has never seen anime and never like at all, and like coming into it is like, hey, I want to start with anime. What are your top 10 anime that you recommend for me to watch to start out with to get me into anime? Because this seems like a cool thing to get into.
Well, that's subjective, right? It's subjective on who you're asking and the type of person that you're asking to watch. Like you can
hold on, like Tyson, go ahead.
Yeah, you can obviously tell the type of person that you're talking to. Like he might like Dragon Ball. A lot of people starters, they might like this, they might like that. But somebody who's not into that culture and doesn't like fighting or violence, and they just like slice of life animes, you would probably recommend something like this, or something like Fruit Baskets, or something like The Devil Wears a Part-Timer. Yeah, like you know what I'm saying? Those real slice of life animes. Rent a Girlfriend.
Devil Wears a Part-Timer is tight. I like that one.
Yeah, so my whole point is there are way more how would you say entertaining slice of life animes out there that are not on this list right now so far that I'm seeing.
I can give you that.
Go to number 5. Look what's at number 5, sirs. I want y'all to go. Why is that at number 5?
I'm not gonna lie, that should be higher. It's not. I'm not mad that's on the list. I'm just saying it should be higher. Like this one should be in the top.
Wait, hold up. On Light Tyson, hold up. We just went through. I'm not gonna say they whack, but we just went through some that let me throw my bias in here. I'm not gonna like, and then one that I'm not really on board with it, but I could watch it. I would never watch those other ones. What is it doing at now? I'm talking about the placement. Number 5.
Yeah, 100. I agree with you. Like that is completely like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I don't understand.
If I'm basing it off like the things I think should be on this list, then it still should be higher. It might not be number 1 or number 2. You know what I'm saying? But it should still be higher.
Wait until I see number 6 though. Go ahead.
Is this a reverse list? Is this what we're getting to?
Oh my God,
no, bro.
Hey, Vinland Saga is absolute heat, especially season 1.
Bro, we have like literally 1 and 2 right here. Like Vinland Saga at 1, Jujutsu Kaisen number 2. Like that's what I'm seeing so far. And if I was really gonna put like Hikaru no Go, if he was gonna keep on the list, I'd put it at number 5. You know what I'm saying? Like, what in the world is this list?
According to y'all, wait till y'all see number 6. Go to number 6.
Oh my God, bro. Number 7. What we got? Oh my God, bro.
They're tripping.
What are they smoking, bro?
Yeah, they tripping. They got that pack over there. I need to get some trees from them.
Like, bro, what are the lifestyle of their
I just want to sit back and get somebody heated. Go to number 8.
It better not be One Piece, bro. I'm gonna leave. I swear.
It probably is.
Oh, this is what? This is arguably number 1. Like, what are they talking about?
Oh my God. Oh my God.
What are they talking about, yeah?
Bro, I almost lost it. I almost punched my screen. I ain't gonna lie to you.
This doesn't.
That's out of everything that I've seen on this list. This is number. I will watch this before I watch.
This is the most disrespectful list to animes in general that I've ever seen and come across in my life.
It better not be Cowboy Bebop. Let me go down because this might make me mad.
I don't know what that is.
Super Dimension.
Okay.
Is this a Gundam?
No, I think. Wait, no, I think it is.
Okay, so wait, before you go ahead, we have all been waiting for this moment right here.
What, nigga? Now this would probably be number 1, and Samurai Champloo would be number 2.
Mm-hmm.
They're tripping.
So right now with the list that we have, the ones that I already know and recognize, I would easily put Samurai Champloo at number 1. Okay. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood number 2.
Fudge, no, but go ahead.
Fair enough. I will put Vinland Saga number 3. What was the other one?
JJK.
JJK.
My Hero.
So My Hero definitely number 4. JJK maybe I put that at number 6, and I put Hikaru no Go above JJK and my personal, because JJK got me mad because of the ending.
Here's my
it was a rushed ending.
It hasn't been animated yet though.
I don't care.
Here's my thing. I did not like Vinland Saga like everybody else did, but I can appreciate the story that is being told. and I can appreciate a lot of those action scenes and the animation. I can appreciate all of that.
It was one of the only animes that made me really like the villain. Like I really messed with Askeladd. Like tough.
Honestly, bro.
I think something sadistic about when somebody can do that to you. That's
like, you
really
know he's a POS, but you still like him.
yes. But the reason why I bring that up is like, how dare hold on, who's this comicbook.com?
Oh, it's comicbook.com.
Yeah, comicbook.com. What are y'all talking about, man?
Yeah, comicbook.com, yeah.
What are y'all talking about? How y'all gonna put
they can go kick rocks.
Hold on real quick.
They have a blender full of
wait, what was that? What is that? Wait, go back. Right, start right there.
10 best thriller anime that are impossible to put down.
It said thriller. I thought that was Michael Jackson right there. I was like, what the what the hey, so how in the hell are y'all gonna put, and this is no bias, how y'all gonna put number 10 Full Metal Alchemist? Probably one of the greatest anime,
one of the most successful animes ever. Yeah,
easily one of the most.
How do y'all put that last? And then you got number one.
Maybe it was the first one to come to mind.
Wait, gentlemen, let's look at it this way, and we're gonna give them the benefit of the doubt. It is a reverse list where they listed with 1 being the least recommended and 10 being the most recommended.
I think they lied.
They probably did, but that's not the point.
They definitely did.
Yeah, Vinland Saga was on there.
Full Metal Alchemist.
Full Metal was on there.
One Piece in 100 chapters. Yeah, for sure. I'd be more worried about that.
That's fair. That's fair.
Okay, wait, put that back up, man. So I think the things about royalty have been confirmed. Hold on. Let me read what I think I just read.
He's basically saying it's goated. He's saying it's goated in 100 chapters.
I don't know. That
yeah, he's saying it's goated.
There's something. I think I know who royalty is, man.
Who is he? Hey, let me know, because I'm dying. I'm dying.
I'm gonna tuck that because.
Hey, you think it's old boy from the con?
No. Here's.
You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah. Hold on. That's kind of like a slight. That's a slight.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie.
That is a slight at Full Metal.
No, he's saying that.
No, if anything, it's a slight at One Piece.
Yeah, I feel like that because he's saying that Full Metal is what Oda would have been his product if he rushed it in 100 chapters, right? So he loves One Piece. We already know that. So he's saying One Piece is goated. So in essence, he's saying Full Metal was goated in 100 chapters.
Hey, royalty, clean that up before we have problems. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, man.
You lying. Man. You the one.
Comicbook.com is lying. That's who's lying right now.
Hey, Bobby, you told the biggest lie, man. You are the lie. Man, hey.
The Lie King.
Hey, I want his head on my desk.
The Lion King.
Hey, Bobby's been pissing me off behind the scenes. Man.
Really?
Me too.
Yo, yeah, he's been saying some wild stuff. Okay. And he's gonna have to back it up one day. And
he's in his villain arc. Bobby's in his villain arc right now.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, okay. It's one of those. Okay.
Yeah, I think so. So yeah, hey, I want his head.
All right.
I got something that I want to talk to y'all about. There have been some charges brought up on a certain anime called I don't know how would you say this name? What's the Korean name? It's like a Korean name.
I don't know the Korean name.
I'm gonna just go ahead.
I don't care.
He was like, yeah, what's up with that English one? Solo leveling. There's been some charges brought up, and the people that are in charge of solo leveling hired them a lawyer. Shiesty and Durag's been obtained. Shiesty and Durag, attorney at law, has been obtained. Their office has been notified. You know what I'm saying? And it's on trial today, and I want to ask Shiesty and Durag, attorney at law, what were the charges that were brought upon this anime? Because for those that don't know, it won Anime of the Year, and it's supposed to be the best anime wiping the globe of I wouldn't say animadom. Yeah, there we go. That's a good word. Of animadom. And fellas, we got hockey. I want to make sure I'm saying this right. Hockey man.
No, that's man.
Is it man or mine? It's mine.
It's just man.
mine.
It's just hockey man.
It's hockey man. Hockey man rocks, man.
It's hockey man rocks. That we had somebody. He was obtained because somebody felt like they were wrongfully accused of being the best anime across the globe, and Shiesty Durag it would be the aggressor. So
so we have our defense attorney being Hockey Man Rocks.
Yes.
And then we have Shiesty and Durag, attorney at law, being our prosecution.
Yes. So Shiesty and Durag, I'll let you have the floor. I'm gonna go ahead and give you 30 seconds of why you feel a little stuck. No, I'm gonna give you a minute. Go ahead, sir.
Okay, I can do it in a minute. Right. So first and foremost, the charges that are being brought up against Solo Leveling is going to be fraud, falsifying federal documents, and just outright lying and manipulation. Now, now that we got that out the way, I would like to address the court.
Okay.
Now, Solo Leveling. Well, first, let me say this. One Piece, Demon Slayer, Full Metal Alchemist. And I'm going to just leave that there. Y'all marinate on that. Now, Solo Leveling is cool, but it's the anime Taco Bell. It's loud, spicy. You'll be hungry in 20 minutes. No real stakes, no growth. Just a nigga waking up swole like he hit a time skip. Meanwhile, we got real hitters like the ones I just mentioned, pushing peak animation and story. Vinland Saga, serving up real death and real redemption. My ninjas, Aaron and Levi, out here making you question genetic makeup of humans. And don't sleep on Freeran. Don't you sleep on Freeran. With that being said, Solo Leveling is just a flashy nigga with hands. Anime of the year, I don't even think it's anime of the month. The prosecution rests.
Okay, so real quick, I have a Light Tyson, if you will allow me, I have a slight question. Has Full Metal Alchemist, One Piece, Vinland Saga, have those ever won Anime of the Year any awards?
One Piece has won countless awards as well as Full Metal. So if you're going to put it in regards of Grammys, they would probably be neck and neck, just in different categories with how many Grammys they've won. One Piece more on the manga side, whereas in Full Metal more on the anime side. Vinland Saga is a up and coming. It's like a Friday Night Lights J. Cole. You know what I'm saying? It's a up and coming.
Nice one.
Yeah, it's a up and coming newcomer in the game that's making noise.
Nice. Okay. Hockey Man Rocks. Would you have any rebuttals, or if you want to just have your opening statement, you can go ahead, man.
I do have a rebuttal.
Okay.
Well said from Shiesty and Durags.
Thank you.
I do appreciate you bringing up One Piece. There's something that you said with those animes that help those animes become really great, and that is the mangas, or for my client, Webtoon. Those things are what help propel them to higher levels. Like Solo Leveling. Solo Leveling had a following through its Webtoon. So it has built somewhat of a cult group, I would say. So that way, something like this, when it wins Anime of the Year, it is because it's fan base and it's following its script. So yes, One Piece, Full Metal, those ones have won Anime of the Year because they're fans. Sometimes you may feel like another one like Frieren, which is, I will say, is really great, but it doesn't have the same fan base as Solo Leveling. So you may feel like the anime is better, but that doesn't mean that everybody's watching the same thing as you. So for those, what was the allegations? Fraud and manipulation? Was there another one?
Lying.
Lying? What we call
And,
that?
Yeah, and falsifying
falsification.
federal documents.
Okay. Before I give my proof, I would
Royalty,
like to
don't say too much. Don't
I know,
say too
I
much.
will not.
He
I
been
will
looking
not.
in my documents. Royalty, stay out of my documents.
Oh,
Okay, yeah. Go.
so I'll just.
I like
with my
that
closing-
royalty. You will be royalty. You just nominated yourself as a third jury, sir. Appreciate that. Go ahead, Ross.
Oh, as I was saying, so these things like their fan base is the reason why my client can be anime of the year, and I'll stop at that.
Okay. All right. Shiesty and Durag, you wanna go to your first evidence? Honorary Light Tyson, you got anything you want to ask, Rox?
I find it interesting how Shiesty and Durag so far has been making comparisons rather than putting out actual numbers so far. I want to see where this is headed.
I think that's like
absolutely.
the next round.
I got that for you. That was just
Okay,
an
go
opening
ahead.
statement and to let you know what the charges were.
Okay, good.
Now, if
Good
you
job.
want numbers,
Hey, I want everybody to pay attention to
got the numbers.
the clean ass collared shirt he got on today. He showed up to court looking like a professional, man. So
It
go
makes it look like
ahead,
you work at McDonald's.
Hey, with the new y'all, I was going for a Houston Rocket. He said Arby's and you said McDonald's. I don't like that.
Speaking of that, we got a scrap going on.
Hey,
Thursday.
yeah.
Go ahead, man. You know
Like
what I'm saying? Nice one, Rox. Go ahead. Shiesty and Durag, attorney at law. Please continue, sir.
So I just got one document here. Well, let me try to make this bigger. Now, this is the manga and manhwa most sold list of 2024. Right.
Repeat that last one. Most what?
Manga and manhwa.
Most sold.
Most sold.
Okay,
yeah.
get better.
Okay. So this is putting it in perspective of how low on the totem pole Solo Leveling really is compared to other anime. Because keep in mind, it was only the most watched of the first quarter, not the entire year, not to where we are now. So keep that in mind, only the first 3 months. We got Kingdom, IQ, Freerin.
Real quick. I want to interrupt real quick. Did you send this document?
I did. Check your documents.
Okay.
Check your document folder.
Honorary Light Tyson, I'm gonna send this over to you if it's in there, sir.
Can you send it to me too so I can look at it?
Go ahead, Shiesty and Durag.
Well, with all that being said, we're gonna go all the way down to number 16, and we got Solo Leveling down here with 100,674, and it's giving you the studio. One Piece is here at number 7. Mashley is above that, and JJK is above that, which are all arguably better in story and mostly in animation, a lot of them, than Solo Leveling. So even with this being said, I think it's safe to say Solo Leveling is just a fad. It was a fad of 2024 and it was a fad of 2025 because the numbers say it was a lot more heat. Haikyuu's been heat. Haikyuu's been selling out stadiums. Why Solo Leveling number 16 if it was anime of the year?
Did you get those documents, Light Tyson and Rox?
I did, sir. I did.
Okay.
Yes, I did. So I have a question.
I didn't get his documents. Can I get his documents?
Yeah, you can send them my documents.
Yeah. I got you.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's absolutely that's what they do in court. You usually get somebody else's documents.
Here they come. Go ahead, Rox. You have anything to say?
Quick question, sir. Were these the ones that was it just the sales for 2024?
Yes, 2024, which the 2025 anime of the year was based off.
What do you mean? Like based off like
It was
that's where they got
on,
the numbers? Or did it just show are you just showing numbers that because Solo Leveling was done before 2024. So
yeah, but the anime of the year, right? So Crunchyroll, the anime of the year for 2025, they were giving animes from 2024. So Solo Leveling, Freerin, and all of those that dropped in 2024 was for the 2025 anime Crunchyroll Awards.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So for those that can't see, I don't know if you can blow this up. Number 1 being Kingdom, 2 being Haikyuu, 3 being Freerin, 4 being the Apothecary Diary. Okay, yeah. Oh, there we go.
Apothecary Diaries.
Yep. And then 5 Jujutsu Kaisen, 6 is Mashle, 7 is One Piece, 8 is Going to Kamui, 9 is Welcome to Demon School, 10 is Blue Lock, 11
Yes.
Toilet Bound, 12 Campfire Cooking in Another World, 13 is Delicious in Dungeon, 14 We Are the Main Characters of Demon World. 15,
Let me say it like Sam. Yeah, motherfucking ghost.
Motherfucking ghosts.
Yeah, go ahead.
16 is Soul Leveling,
We can stop there.
17.
We can
Okay.
stop there.
Okay.
So,
Okay, go ahead, Rox.
so from looking at this evidence that you have presented, which I do appreciate, it's just the sales off of 2024.
2024, yes, sir.
So, would that help a anime or manga that hasn't came out that year? So 100,000 sales off of something that was probably done, I want to say a couple years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know exact date, but it has not pushed out a new one. So looking at that information, one could say that 100,000 people might have just caught on to something new.
At that time?
For 2024, because I finished Solo Leveling years back, and if y'all remember correctly, I've talked about it for years now.
I agree with that, along with Tower of God and some other cool webtoons that you brought up. So that's not a lie.
May I bring up a timeline? Sorry to interrupt.
No,
I know when it came out. I was going to bust his head with that. So you can keep it. I know when it came out.
It's not when it came out. It was when the final chapter was released.
Okay, keep that.
Okay.
Yeah, when was the last chapter released?
The final chapter was published.
You can't order around the judge, sir.
The final
I didn't want him to use some of the evidence that I had.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead.
The final chapter was published December 29th, 2021.
Yeah. Was that the because I know they did like not a spinoff, but like
they had the web novel that was done in June 24th, 2019. And then the final chapter that was published was in December 29th, 2021.
Okay.
Now,
so 3 years from 2024.
Shiesty and Durag, I need you to really back yours up and dirt on his. Go ahead, his client, please.
Oh, okay. I'll wait to show.
So I've already been bashing them. So what I've been doing is just showing you that Crunchyroll is padding the stats for this anime. Now, in regards to the anime and when it came out and what it's being judged for, the anime season 1 came out January 2024 game. So it ran that entire year, and that's what they were being judged for. Now, I understand the manga came out prior and was adapted years later, like most manga. So I don't think that's admissible by saying that, because it happens with everything. But what we're talking about is when it dropped for an anime in 2024. And that's when people said, "Oh, I'm gonna go read it because I don't want to wait until it finishes." Same thing they did with Demon Slayer. So, yeah, cool. The webtoon dropped in, but the anime came out in 2024. In 2024, it was so much more heat, breaking so much more records than Solo Leveling. And you have to remember, Sony even declared this, and I can bring up the article. It only broke those records within the first 3 months. After the first 3 months, when all the hype died down, it normalized itself with everything else.
That's time. Rox, go ahead, sir.
So, sir, could you bring up one of the clips, the pictures I sent to you?
Yes, sir.
It'll be the one that has the views on it, where it's highlighted the views, the billion views.
Okay, just a second. Okay, just talk about it while I get it together.
Yes. So, Solo Leveling for 2024 had over 14.3 billion views worldwide. So, for something that is very popular 3 years ago, you would see that a fan base has definitely put on for its anime. And you would see that also random new people have watched it. 14.3 billion views is a lot for something that is, supposed to be being a fraud. One thing you can't do is fake numbers. Men lie, women lie, but numbers don't. That's quoted by Jay-Z.
Shout out to JD. This court recognizes Hov.
That we do recognize Hov. I appreciate you.
Yeah, they
that.
tried to get you, but it didn't work. But go ahead.
So one thing with this, when EXO brings it up, it was in the first quarter, it was viewed as the most watch anime as of March 2025. A good month, I would like to say.
Okay, it's coming right here. Here you go.
First quarter, first 3 months.
Well, that's an accomplishment, no?
It is an accomplishment, but it's not the year.
Go, Rox, go ahead. Elaborate on what we're looking at.
So I would like to ask, since that was viewed as the one that viewed for the most since March, which ones are beating it and was more consistent? Because for 3 months, and probably even close longer after, I want to say by the end of its season ending, which one was taken over? Because if it would have kept going on, it probably still would have been the most viewed.
Yeah, but you also have to keep in mind that this is on Crunchyroll. So
okay,
it's a fact that Frieren, which is the reason why they were so mad that Solo Leveling won Anime of the Year, because it's a fact known that Frieren was streamed more on the majority of platforms other than Crunchyroll. That's where the collusion comes in. So that's where everyone was mad.
Real quick, I want to like Tyson. Okay, yeah. I'll just hold it real quick. I want you to take your eyes on the Solo Leveling Ragnarok web novel. Over 10 million views within 4 days. That's
the spinoff one, I believe.
But that's what I'm saying. That just goes to show the levity of the web novel. So, but go ahead. Hit it with your.
But that also says according to a Reddit thread.
Okay, yeah, I see that. Yeah, for sure.
So, one thing that you mentioned about Frieren, it is on more than one platform, and if I'm not sure when Frieren came out. But if it came out around the same time, it's still not the most viewed, with having more options and access to watch it. So, seeing that it's only on one area you can find it, and people are still watching it, and it's still the most viewed, would that not make it more people watching, or more people having to go to a certain place?
Which would be Webtoon, correct?
What would be
I'm talking about the anime, just Crunchyroll.
Okay, and Crunchyroll, got you.
Yeah, because
that's true.
That's like you only able to go to one specific gym to go get a certain workout in. Where Frieren, you can go to EOS, LA Fitness, Lifetime, and get the same thing, and it still wasn't viewed more.
Well, in those first 3 months, you're correct. Now this says it has over 10 million views within 4 days. And 304 million views within the first week with an average of 307K. So that's the important part that we have to look at.
Okay, wait. Bring me. Are we on it?
Yeah, you're on it.
Okay, right here. Okay, got
yeah. The average is what you have to look at, because everything peaks and everything dies. But the average is where you're consistent. And that's what most people look at when they're saying, oh, I want to loan you some money to do this business and things. They're not looking at your peaks. They're not necessarily looking at your lows, but they're looking at that average of how much you're going to bring in monthly on average. If you have a good month, you have a good month. If you have a good quarter, you have a good quarter. But that doesn't mean that you've been doing your thing that entire year. Now, when I look at Frieren, right, and it came out the end of 2023, right? It came out September 2023, so 2 months into 2024. It also says it has over 24 million copies in circulation, and this was by February of 2025. 24 million copies in circulation. That, I think, is a greater accomplishment than just a 307K average manga. That had its peaks, right? And this is the reason why most people are so upset that Frieren didn't win. Because in my opinion, it has a wider range of viewership other than just your jarheads who want to see somebody get busy. Jinwoo lacks character depth. It's not even the best in its class as far as animes that fit this genre. Because slime is killing that, right? In my opinion. And it's almost basically the same thing. you know, but it has character development, it has growth, and it has story, and it has all these things that Solo Leveling lacks. So,
I am not trying to be weird, but I wanna ask. This is a legitimate question. Why do you keep bringing up other anime?
because I'm comparing it to others that came out during its time and they're still doing better than it, and B, animes that are in its subgenre that it's not better than.
Got you.
Okay. So to answer some to go off some questions off that, you said Freewind, which ended March 22nd of 2024. Where so it was airing around the same time as Solo Leveling, which ended on March 28th. So the end of the month, March. So two shows that one that you're saying is better aired around the same time as Solo Leveling, but did not get more views. We cannot judge Solo Leveling on time that it's not airing. Just because it ended at the end of March, you can't go, oh, well, April, it didn't do well. May, it didn't do well. Well, because it was already over. The season ended. Where Freewind ended at the same time. Those 3 months, if you put them side by side, who got more airtime? Who aired more, or who did better?
Freewind won more awards. It won more awards and had more nominations. So, I get it. You know what I'm saying? I get it. If we're talking overall stats, Freewind was killing it. So how can you disregard all these overall stats and choose anime of the year for something that was popping, but you're ignoring the stats? To me, that sounds like bias.
Hold on, what's
that? Wait. I have a question. To Hockey Man.
Mm-hmm.
Does your client is it still reigning supreme now as we speak in 2025?
No.
I think the season 2 did. I was like the highest rated one as well.
Okay.
During this time when it was on.
I'm over here making my notes. Go ahead. You can respond to him.
So just from anything, any competition, anything that you ever like any sports, you compare a player to if they say Freeman's the best, right? Another show comes out around the same time, and it challenges it, and it does better. Like the thing I just showed you. Over 14, I'm going to say it again, 14.3 billion views worldwide. And since Freewind is on Crunchyroll, that's, if you go back to that note, it says that most watched anime on Crunchyroll as of March 2025.
And would we all agree that Crunchyroll is the hub for anime? Would we all agree to that?
Yes, it's the monopoly.
The casual hub, yes.
It's a monopoly.
Okay, I'm gonna ask because I understand what Shiesty and Durag is saying. I'm gonna ask my teammate. Is you would say that it's the anime hub?
Yes.
Like Tyson. Okay, correct.
I do want to also bring to the record that looking at since we're talking about awards and stats, I pulled it up. Solo Leveling, within the 2 years that's been having all these awards and stuff going on, it's had 11 winnings throughout its nominations. Freewind has only won 6, but has gotten second place and nominated countless numbers of times throughout since 2021.
It was nominated more, but won less awards.
Correct. And if they did, they were podium placements. So it was like second place, third place, fifth place, that sort of deal. But it was either for Solo Leveling, it got nominated or it won. There was no in between.
Right. Okay.
And that's just the stats themselves.
So what we have here is, I think we have your classic case of the Caitlin Clarks. I think that's what
Explain that, sir.
Did you say? Hold on. Did you say the Caitlin?
I know what he's talking about. I want him to explain it to those that don't understand what you mean.
Yeah, we got a classic case of the Caitlin Clarks. Now we all know that Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese have been having their things going on, and it might be safe or fair to say that Angel Reese had a better college career than Caitlin Clark, arguably, right? Because she won a chip, but in the league, she's getting shitted on. Caitlin Clark is
shizzes.
She's shizzed on, right? Caitlin Clark is killing her in every stats but rebounds, right? And she peaks in that area, even though the rest of the stats are being overlooked. Not to say that she's not winning awards and not doing her thing. She's killing it in that area that she's killing it in, but there's better overall players who came out at the same time who are still doing better than her to this day. So that's why I say we have a case of the Caitlin Clarks. Sun Jin Woo is Angel Reese. This is Angel Reese right here that we're looking at. You had a good run, gang, but you're not the best in the league.
So you would say the webtoon is college?
Yeah, it was Linsanity.
Okay.
It was Linsanity.
Okay.
He had a good 3 months with the Knicks, and after that, the Linsanity died, and everything just went back to normal.
Oh,
Okay.
So
and you're saying, hold on, real quick.
Okay, go ahead. My bad. Go ahead.
I need to know. You're saying as that Linsanity year took place in 2024 or 2025?
2024.
Okay. All right, and it's over now. Is what you're saying.
Over.
Okay,
so, it's over. They tried to. Season 2 did come out, but it didn't do what season 1 did. It did not.
Go ahead, Rex. I
appreciate that. So I'm going to use the basketball terms that you were just using.
I like that. We like basketball terms.
I definitely do. So here's the thing with this: when Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark both came into the league, obviously Caitlin Clark was the number 1 pick, right?
Obviously, right.
Cause she white. Go ahead.
No, she's that nice.
Cause she white. Go ahead.
Where Angel Reese was not even she was not the top 2 pick. So one,
cause she
please, sir, can I get this off?
My bad, man. I'm having some allergy issues. Go ahead, sir.
So when you compare Solo Leveling and Free Ren, when Free Ren came out, which came out earlier, that is more so like the college days, because you knew what Free Ren was getting from you because it came out in September of
2023. 2 months, September 29th.
Yeah. So you already got a taste of Free Ren. You were like, oh, I like this. It's a great show. It's fire. Boom. Then comes the real Caitlin Clark, Solo Leveling, in January, putting up numbers, putting up stats, and showing out and doing better than your rebounds. So now you're Angel Reese. And at the end of the day, even if Caitlin Clark didn't have the best record, like I think the Indiana Fever, I don't think they have the best record. She still got Rookie of the Year. And this is what we're looking at. We're looking at a team or an anime that came out hot because people already knew what was going to happen when they got on that court.
Yeah, because what they did in college. Correct?
No, because of their webtoon.
Webtoon is college.
Yeah. Well,
okay.
Free Ren in the anime was already out, so that's their college. So
can I get something clear?
real quick.
Yeah, we can click something. Yeah.
Real quick, I want them to evidence dump in a second. Go ahead. The rest of the evidence. Go ahead, honorary like Tyson.
Yeah. So looking, and this is just, we're going off the numbers here. The first publishing of Solo Leveling was July 25th, 2016.
Mm-hmm.
That was the first publication. First publication of Free Ren.
These are the actually stats. Go ahead, man.
Yes. Let me pull this back up. 1 second here.
Was you going to say publication? Okay, no, man. Go ahead.
The first publication of the manga from Free Ren was in April 28th, 2020. Okay. And as far as we know, it is on an infinite hiatus. There's only been 14 volumes so far.
Is there a reason? Is there a reason why? Is there somebody sick or something? Because we can throw that out if somebody's sick.
Yeah, that sounds like a. What's up, Cooley?
What's up, man? Hey, your boy's on trial, man. Sun Jin Woo is on the Solo.
It sounds like some. Damn, his name just slipped my mind. He's one of my favorite authors, but the manga or the Hunter x Hunter mangaka.
Yeah, it might be one of those.
So you're saying that it was published after Solo Leveling and adapted before Solo Leveling, which
Correct.
I think is important to pay attention to.
You doing?
No,
Yeah, I need that evidence dump. Go ahead, sir. What throw another piece of your evidence.
now the most popular according to Crunchyroll, right? And not just the so these are your own mans in them, not just the first 3 months, but according to Crunchyroll, these are the most popular animes on Crunchyroll at the moment. One
Right now.
At
Yeah.
this moment?
at this moment. One Piece, or 2025, rather, I should say. One Piece.
How is Chainsaw Man on there?
Because yeah, it's still
first couple seasons were pretty
because it's still
gaslighted.
lit.
I'm not gonna lie.
It's still lit. So we do see Solo Leveling here at number 4, gang. Like, we see it. And then you also have to remember too, I don't want to let this slip my mind. Don't let a lot of the Solo Leveling stats confool you. It was the most rated anime on Crunchyroll, which is a big accomplishment, but it doesn't mean that it was the best. It means more people rated it in a shorter amount of time. Now, these are the real hitters of Crunchyroll: One Piece, Demon Slayer, and JJK. Crunchyroll's top 3. You see Solo Leveling here at number 4. They hooping, but they're not putting up numbers like these guys.
That's a starting. They starting 5 though.
Yeah, I was about to say that is the starting team though.
Yeah, that's the starting
He's on the
5.
court. Hey, he starts the game.
Hey, that's the starting 5.
Can you zoom into those reviews?
Yeah. But on average, you can't say Luffy. You can't say Luffy ain't carrying.
Go up. Okay, 572, 565. We're gonna use.
You can't say they not carrying.
We're gonna use those reviews as their numbers they putting up.
Yeah.
They right up under number
They
30.
right there with the 60K. But these are the 3. These are the big 3 of Crunchyroll of 2025, gang. So I get it. They are noteworthy.
That's like a Klay Thompson though. Klay Thompson was putting up numbers,
but he's not Steph. He wasn't winning those MVPs like Steph was.
I mean, Iguodala won an MVP. So what are you saying?
Kevin Durant was winning MVPs too, but Iguodala.
But y'all naming hitters though. Those are all hitters. I just heard.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, these are all hitters, but it's a reason why we got top 3. We're talking about anime of the year. We're not talking about newcomer who had a good quarter.
Okay, hold on. Okay, I am completely. I want to let everybody watching know when we do these things, I am completely unbiased for shit show, and I just gotta ask, Shiesty and Durag, what if you're stop. Okay, let's leave the top 5 right there. Okay, if those top 5 are putting up numbers, what is there bad to say about it? As I'm trying to figure out if they putting up numbers just damn near close to the top 3 hitters. What is your negative on that?
If my negative is, it's a huge difference between this 1 and 2 and this 3 and 4, gang. You really have to look at these numbers, and these are regards into the people. One Piece is tearing them up. Demon Slayer is right there, which is the reason why we had our discussion about One Piece and Demon Slayer, which is the real discussion to have. Now we dropped down damn near 100K. Now we have Jujutsu Kaisen, and 60K less than that, we have Solo Leveling. So granted, they're all doing numbers, but it's a clear difference in the numbers that they're doing. I don't want that to be confused. Yeah, they're doing good, but they're not doing top 2 good. That's not anime of the year.
You were, if we're being clear, and I think you said this, you said fans were mad that Freeman didn't win, right?
Yes.
Where's Freeman at on that list?
Freeman, as we just talked about, was on more platforms than just Crunchyroll. These are your mans in them.
Scroll up, sir. Let me see. Oh, they're not on it. Is that what you're trying to get to? Right? Okay,
this is the Crunchyroll list.
So let me ask this question now. They got Solo Leveling got animated a year for where? From where?
Crunchyroll.
Right. So Freeman had off this shouldn't even be in question then, right? No more.
Yeah, but this is them just
like Tyson. Would you want to throw that out because of that, like that Freeman argument? Because this is a Crunchyroll list.
I partially want to, only because of the fact that if we're going to be basing stats and everything off of what Crunchyroll is putting out, then it should be anything relevant to Crunchyroll.
Okay.
We're not talking about we're not talking about all time. We're not talking about what we saw on television, what was most popular on stuff like that, like Toonami, none of that. We're talking about Crunchyroll.
Okay.
So I feel like
and it not being on that list, I think that's a demerit.
I do believe so.
With that being said, that can be considered collusion, because now if we want to get into the real question, who owns the global licensing for this anime that are padding the stats for this anime and releasing it as absolutely not. It's Crunchyroll. It's Crunchyroll and A1. You got to do more research. Crunchyroll owns the global licensing. It owns the global licensing.
Shiesty and Durek, let's ease up a little bit. You came at the judge. You came at the judge.
I'm making my point. I didn't come at him. I'm reinforcing a point because I don't want him to lie.
Hold on, one at a time. Go ahead. Go ahead. What'd you say, Light Tyson?
Go ahead, check your messages real quick.
Okay, I don't want. One thing I do not want to do in this impartial match is y'all to get into
it. It's both. It's both. I said both.
Okay, I don't want y'all to get into it. So let's make sure that
I can't get numbers. That's all I was doing. With facts. And you, as a judge, you have to remain impartial. You can't throw evidence into a court case that's going to damage either one of our.
All I was doing was refuting the fact that you were saying that Crunchyroll does not own the global licensing to Freerun.
Okay, hold on, real quick.
I never said they owned it to Freerun, though.
If it's a lie, that's different. If you're lying, that's different, sir.
Right. So did I say Crunchyroll owns the global licensing to Freerun?
You said no, it doesn't.
Right. And I said they own the global licensing to what anime?
Solo Leveling.
You said Solo Leveling.
Right. So what are we arguing?
Yeah,
I'm correcting you that it is that they own both.
Oh, got you. That's
all I was trying to do.
Got you. Okay, for sure. Got you.
Okay, let's cut this tension real quick because I do not want that to happen. We are judges, and let's let these.
Got it. Now, what I would say to that as a judge, right now, I do.
Hey, hold on, Durag, are you coming?
Hold on, just let me address this. No, because as a judge, you do have to take what's given to you, and you can't find your own evidence to give to the court that'll damage either one of our arguments.
Correction is different, though. If you're not telling
that's not a correction, because I didn't lie. I said they owned the I said they owned the rights to Solo Leveling. I didn't mention Freerun, even though I didn't know it. I didn't mention it, so I didn't lie. But the judge doesn't need to throw that in and be like they own both. If you understand what I'm saying about.
Okay, that. I hear what you're saying, but that is a correction.
It's not a correction.
It is a correction.
It's an add-on. No, it's an add-on to what I'm saying, because I didn't lie.
It's like an add-on correction.
It's because I don't consider it a correction, because in order to be corrected, you have to lie. I didn't lie. I stated a fact.
Let me by mentioning one, you're stating your fact. Mm-hmm. By not mentioning the other, that's where the correction needs to come in. So y'all know how weird my lies is, and this has nothing to do with the battle. I just want to say this real quick. My lies is if your deception is your deception light is on, it's a lie. But that's just me personally. So when I'm hearing him doing that, I'm hearing him correct you off of something that you're leaving out.
Okay,
that's like a correction.
Leaving out something that is not the point of an argument is.
Okay, I can respect that. I can respect that.
Right. Leaving out something that's not the point of an argument is okay and doesn't need, especially from a judge. Now, from Rocks, I would say that's cool, right? From Rocks, I would say that's cool.
Understood.
But from a judge, it's kind of just like sit back and listen.
Okay. Yeah. We'll scrub that. That ain't got nothing to do with it. Please continue.
Okay. Now, with what I was saying, I think it's obviously clear that Crunchyroll promotes Solo Leveling more than they promote Freerun, because it's their bread and butter, and Freerun is on other platforms. So with that being said, could be the reason why Freerun's not on here. Even though they're promoting it, they're not promoting it like Solo Leveling. But these other ones don't need Solo Leveling's promotion, and they're doing more numbers.
Okay, so we know that free rent's off the table. That's scrubbed from. Are we all understanding of that?
Yes.
Free rent has nothing to do with this. Okay, go. Rox, do you want an information dump, sir? I got your.
Yeah, I was literally about to say.
Okay.
The one that says is Solo Leveling the highest rated anime. So I would like if you can bring that one up, please, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead and talk about it. I'll bring it up, sir.
Okay. So I sent one of the judges my information, my notes, and one thing that Solo Leveling did that no other anime has done is the highest number for any anime in history. It has, as a result, it had over 800,000 users rating.
Okay,
800,000 users rating over. That is the highest number for any anime in history.
I think I mentioned that.
So that is a stat. That is something. If we're going basketball, its name is in the history books.
Mm-hmm.
As if we're going off a top 4, that is, and if we're going to basketball, that is something that nobody else has done, including my beloved One Piece.
Mm-hmm.
So
you're right.
When you go off of stats and you go off of numbers, how do you deny someone who put themselves in the record books better than any other anime that came out ever? So yes, its 3-month run was lit and fire, and it also put up historical numbers. So if that is something that has happened and no other history-breaking record has happened that year, how do you not give it the anime of the year?
Okay, now I think that I mentioned that prior when I said the highest rated anime and the most watched anime are 2 totally different things. Now, I do like the fact that you reinforced a point that I made earlier. When something, give me that one more time.
I didn't think it helped you when you mentioned it.
Yeah, I mentioned earlier because even though they're lying and padding the stats, you still have numbers that are notable. So now the highest. I didn't interrupt you, sir.
I'm sorry, because you said they're lying. So I just wanted if you have proof that they're lying, I would love that. I'm sorry, I won't interrupt no more.
Yeah, I think I've already showed.
That's 2. A fair interrupt, though.
Yeah, but I think I've already showed 2 different sources that there were more people reading Solo Leveling in 2024, and there were more people watching Solo Leveling in 2024, which is the reason why I say that they're lying, because there were more people reading it and watching it. Now, for this particular point here, when you say the highest rated anime, right, that just means more people went to Crunchyroll and hit the star on that than any other anime in history. It doesn't mean that it's the best in Crunchyroll history. More people went in and rated it in a short amount of time and it broke a record. Doesn't mean that it was the best on Crunchyroll at that time. So that was the point that I made earlier when I brought it up. It did do that. More people went on and rated this anime than any other anime at that time. But it doesn't mean that it was the best anime on that platform at that time, where people just rated it.
Okay. So my question to that is, why would somebody just go and click a star and not watch it? And to another thing, we are all people who watch anime. Mm-hmm. We are in the anime community. It is very much known that a lot more people watch anime instead of reading it. That is a known thing, that usually people will watch anime instead of reading it.
Now, you know what else is a known thing? What anime extremist I call them doing. And I'm sure you know this, like I know this. Judge, you like Tyson, you might know this as well. What anime extremists do, which a lot of extremists in One Piece do, is they go on these platforms and they spam rate, right? They spam rate or they spam vote down, which is a huge thing in the One Piece Naruto community. Mm-hmm. So it doesn't surprise me that something like this can do those type of numbers if you have a cult following going on spam voting within a short amount of time.
Okay.
yeah,
So,
you're gonna go crazy at that certain amount of time, right?
So-
It's just
So-
like
yeah.
I just want to get this clear from my notes over here. Are you saying that's what happened, Shicey and Durag?
I'm saying that is a possibility.
Okay.
I like that answer because that doesn't mean he's not lying if he doesn't.
Okay. Yeah.
He's not saying yes or no.
I'm putting down a possibility.
Okay. So there's
Right.
also a possibility if you want to put down that fans could do it for One Piece.
Mhm.
You have two on this panel going at it for One Piece. So we could have did that for One Piece. Could have been done for JJK. and
Did
could
y'all
have been
do
done
it?
for
I just want to know.
No,
I've never spam voted One Piece.
I've never done
Okay.
it either.
I
So-
think that the users wouldn't do that. That's what I
With
was
the
saying.
extremists, I don't think either of us would, but there are extremists in the anime community that would definitely.
So as since hold on, Shiesty and Durags, would you say there's a cult following for One Piece?
Yes.
Would you say there's one for Demon Slayer?
Yes.
Would you say there's one for JJK?
I'm gonna need you to bring it home.
Yeah. I'm not too sure about that one.
What's up?
Okay.
Man?
So you know what? I think I would say that's a 50-50. They might have a cult following. I think they do because it's
I think it's
Gojo.
character
I think
specific
kind of
for
everything
JJK.
has a cult
Yeah,
following.
character specific. Gojo
Yeah.
has a cult following.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So with knowing that those also animes have that and they have extremist fans as well,
Mhm.
why did they not do it for those three?
Because they've done them before. Like this argument has been had with those animes doing that prior. Solo Leveling just came out, so it's just experiencing that.
What does that mean? T-bait?
T-bait over Solo Leveling. I'm not sure what that means.
What's that royalty? Go ahead. Sorry, sir.
So yeah, Solo Leveling was new, right? So of course it did that. But now when you talk about animes that broke Crunchyroll, Solo Leveling is not in that discussion. It didn't break Crunchyroll.
Real quick, I want to know the possibility of spam voting. Is that off the record or on the record? We gonna put that on or off?
That's between you and like Tyson.
No, that's what I'm asking.
Keeping in mind that it typically happens when a new anime comes out, and this is a new anime.
We'll
We gotta
keep
have
that
proof
on
on
the
that.
record.
Okay,
Yeah.
on the record.
We'll keep that on the record.
Okay, go ahead. Shiesty and Durag. Sorry, sir.
I just noticed you had Diddy up there crossed out. That's crazy.
I didn't know that until now.
That took you long enough.
Yeah, I just seen it. So I think it's fair or safe to say when a new anime comes out, it experiences those type of things. But in Crunchyroll history, which is who's promoting this, we haven't heard of Solo Leveling breaking Crunchyroll. When Gear 5 Luffy came out, it broke it. When like Mugen Train came out, it broke it. And like these are documented things that you can go see. Solo Leveling did great, but it didn't do what these other ones did, who are still running and still doing better than this anime to this day. It was just new, and it lacked so many things that I talk about in my opening statement. It lacks depth, it lacks character development, it lacks everything that gives you a great anime, but it has one of those elements, which is good, two of those elements: good animation and good fight choreography.
Something that just came across my desk.
Can I go after?
Okay.
Can I? Because he said something, and I
Go
wanted
ahead,
to
sir.
keep it fresh.
Go ahead, sir.
You said that it lacked depth,
Mhm.
and you said it lacked story, right?
And character development.
Is that not something you said against? Because you brought up Mugen Train. That's the same thing you said about Demon Slayer. That I believe won Anime of the Year once.
I believe, yes, that's what I believe.
So if something like that can win Anime of the Year, so can Solo Leveling. So just because you do not get the depth and you get the story, like you were saying with these ones that broke records, broke the anime or broke the internet, whatever. The reason why Gear 5 Luffy broke it is because we knew that was coming. You knew that was coming. You've seen it before. That's why we've had talks about it. We talked on the show about it. So Solo Leveling knowing that it's coming out from January to March, it's going to have a wave of fans coming right at it. So that's why, yes, it may not have broke the internet, but it definitely had people show up for it because they knew what to expect.
Real quick. So we're gonna.
I got to get this rebuttal off while it's fresh. It's
Go
gonna take me 15
ahead.
seconds.
15 seconds. Go.
Yeah, using your own logic of what you said about the manga dropping earlier and more people liking the manga at that time, wouldn't more people know what's happening in Solo Leveling at that time and tune in the same way that they did with One Piece?
All right, time's up. Now rebuttal real quick, Hakiman.
So when they were, that's why, yeah. So that's why they broke the ratings, because they showed up. And they I don't think it's a spam. I think fans showed up and hit the star on it. So like you said, I don't know how that works. I've never done it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Real quick.
Yeah.
So this is not for anybody. Y'all can take this however y'all want, but something just came across my desk. The Crunchyroll Anime Awards are decided through a 2-round voting process. In the first round, a panel of judges selects the nominees for each category. Then in the second round, both judges and the public vote to determine the winners. The public vote counts for 30%, while the judges' vote counts 70%, according to Crunchyroll.
That I didn't know. I knew the voting process, but I didn't know how much the votes weighed.
Okay.
I just wanted.
I did not know that. Yeah, I didn't know that either.
Yeah. So with that being said, the judges like these shows more than the people, which is Crunchyroll, who's promoting this show.
So are you saying because they only get 30%?
30% counts, but it's not 70.
No, that's facts. So here's another thing.
I think with that piece of information, sorry, not to cut you off, I think that bit of I think that piece of information changes how we look at the totality of this case. It is not the people saying that they like Shun Jin Woo more. It's the establishments behind Jin Woo saying we like this more than other things that we're promoting. 30% of that is the fans. 70% of that is the machine. Me personally, as an anime fan, I really don't care what the machine has to say. I really want to hear what the people
are we. Hold on. Are we saying that those judges are the powers that be?
Yes.
Well, but how can you determine that though?
By a 70% vote.
So is it
no?
just
But no. Hold on. So it says there's a panel of judges selected.
Right.
Selected judges.
Right. A panel of judges selects the nominations. Right.
So those panel of judges can't be us. Like people like us that are really into anime.
I was gonna say that. I was gonna ask.
No, this is not for you, Rox. I'm just putting this out there.
Additional piece to this.
That's something that I don't understand.
That also came across my desk relating to this. Round one nomination, a panel of judges consisting of experts and industry professionals are responsible for selecting initial nominees in each category. That's round one. Round two is winner selection. Both the judges and the public, the anime fans, get to vote on the winners in each category.
Oh, winner selection. Okay, bet.
So that's when anime fans get involved is round two.
Right.
Round one, everybody, the machine already knows roughly where it's going to be at. Round two is where it gets finalized.
Royalty, throw us a link or something. Let me read that, because that's damning if that's the case. Because I never heard anybody.
That's interesting. I've never heard that one.
Yeah, if you got to show proof of that one.
Yeah, I got to see that ASAP.
Exo, could you?
What's up, Layla?
My last bit of information I have.
Yeah, so we gonna just do one final. I'm gonna give you this and a final.
I got one more too.
And then he got a final, and then we gonna make a decision. We gonna send Solo Leveling to prison, or he out and about. So you want your last one, you said?
Yes, please, sir.
Okay, go ahead and talk about it, sir.
So
while I get it ready.
One thing we've been talking about is that I from what I'm hearing is that Crunchyroll gets to dictate what's going on. So this next slide is showing that it has gotten ratings from two other different things. It got an 8.6 out of 10 from IMDb and 100% from Rotten Tomatoes.
Rotten Tomatoes is trash. I don't care anything about what they have to say. But IMDb, I can see that.
So
Rotten Tomatoes is not credible.
That's what
Uh,
how you
um,
feel.
um, um, okay, so I'm here to keep facts in order. That they are a very credible source.
Nah.
So
Even though I don't like them personally, but they are a very credible source.
that's
Yeah,
what I'm getting at.
their ratings are so off the chain. I never look, and I don't think
I
anyone,
agree with you, but I'm
Yeah,
saying, but we have to state the facts. The
so
facts
yeah,
is
that's what I'm saying. I
it's
don't
probably
think
like the number
anyone.
one.
I don't think anyone like me who takes this stuff serious looks for at Rotten Tomatoes for credible answers, and I'll just say it like that.
Okay,
So
go ahead. Right.
yes, you may be the fan that is very much in the anime and take it serious, but somebody who may be new to this would see this and be like, "Oh, this is something I definitely should check out."
Yeah,
So
for somebody who's spamming.
that's crazy.
Hold on, let him let him have his whole time.
Yeah, the
I'm gonna
spam is crazy.
I'm gonna give you I'm a minute 30. Go ahead, Rox.
Okay.
Finish up, man.
So seeing that these ratings and these may not be the most in tune with anime, these are very high ratings for something that for only had 3 months on the board, putting up high ratings, putting up high numbers, getting the MVP award. I cannot see how something like this is being called a fraud. Yes, like in basketball, you may feel like somebody else is better. Here's an example. Most people would say LeBron James is the best player ever, or the best player every year. That doesn't mean he gets the MVP. It's all about numbers, your winning record, and from what I see from all the information I've showed, Solo Leveling was winning when it was out. When it was playing, nobody was touching it.
I'm gonna give y'all a final. I'm gonna give y'all a final real quick. Honorary Light Tyson.
Yeah.
Because
Sure.
no, go ahead, Rox. Finish up. My bad. And that is what.
I get a minute 30 after his minute 30, right?
No, he said
Yeah. I was gonna stop it, but I kind of interrupted him real quick. But go ahead. I'll give you a minute 45 because I'm gonna give him 15.
I'm almost done.
Okay, go ahead.
So that is why I feel like Solo Leveling is the anime of the year, because when it was out, it was the boogeyman. Nobody was putting up numbers
Debo.
like it. See what I'm doing?
Okay, that's it, man. Okay, so Light Tyson will according to his evidence right here, I want to talk to you about it real quick. Would you say that those are credible sources, Rotten Tomatoes and IMDb?
Yes.
Okay.
In my personal opinion, Rotten Tomatoes is like guesswork. If you want to have the not so specific, is it good, is it not sort of deal, and IMDb is more of the critics sort of mentality of, is this really all that good?
Okay, so real quick, I want to just explain for those that don't know how Rotten Tomatoes work. It's an aggregator. It takes a bunch of people have a bunch of things to say. I'm gonna take this 100 people that all say these things separately, put them all together, and decide what the rating is based on how many people say good things about it and based on how many people say bad things about it. So not necessarily a number that they put. I'm basing this rating off of how I feel they feel about it.
Can
So
I defend Rotten Tomatoes real quick?
Go ahead.
When we were looking at the worst rated films, I think it was a while back, where we were looking at the worst rated stuff on Rotten Tomatoes, it was pretty accurate for the most part.
Okay, but see, that's my point, because of all the critics,
yes,
in there. IMDb is more of a movie
industry type.
Yeah. So, but I don't know if there's credible people like us in there, so I can't say that. Okay, now, a minute. I'm gonna just give you 2 minutes, Shiesty. Your final argument. Hakiman, final argument. Go ahead now. Go ahead, sir. Shiesty, do right.
So, as we're talking, I'm sitting here and I'm looking through Crunchyroll's nominations, right? And more, that's probably me scrolling on my thing. And more than anything that I see Solo Leveling winning, but I see Dandadan and Freeran being nominated more than anything in damn near every category. Now, since we are talking credible sources, I think the second probably biggest streaming, probably the first biggest streaming platform out right now, I think we all can agree would probably be Netflix. Would you all agree that that's probably the biggest streaming platform out right now? What would you say is?
The largest overall.
Mm-hmm.
We're not talking about like ABC and stuff like the.
Yeah, no, I'm just talking about out of the streaming platforms. Out of here.
Because to be honest, I'd almost want to say Disney. Out of all the
Disney Plus,
because they have Hulu and HBO now. You know what I'm saying? Like the merger happened,
and ESPN and all that.
Yeah, but we're keeping all of those separate, gang. Okay. Not the conglomerate.
Okay. So in that sense, I'd say Crunchyroll is actually larger because Crunchyroll actually took on, was it 2 or 3 different databases in the merger some years ago. And
so from what I'm seeing,
Funimation
so from what I'm saying, it's Netflix, right? With Amazon being at number 2.
Oh, okay.
From what
I was gonna say Amazon. So after you, that's what I was
gonna say is Amazon.
Yeah, with Disney being at number 3 and everything else just falls from there, right?
Fair enough.
Now on Netflix, right, which is the largest streaming platform that we've seen.
I'm deducting the time that Light Tyson was saying something, so I'm giving you that time back. Go ahead.
Appreciate it.
My apologies.
Now, this was the most watched anime of 2024 on Netflix, which is largely bigger than Crunchyroll. Crunchyroll wasn't even in the top 7. You know what I'm saying? When I was looking at the biggest streaming platforms, this is number 1, and Dan the Dan was largely streamed on there. Which, in my opinion, even though I wasn't too keen on this show, and we talked about it, in my opinion, it should have been Anime of the Year over Frieren. But I can see why people would say Frieren would be Anime of the Year. I'm not going to argue that, but this should have been, in my opinion. So. Yeah, Crunchyroll may be responsible for some collusion behind the scenes because everything that I am seeing in regards to those numbers might not make sense other than a large people liked it in a short amount of time, which does not make something the best anime of the year. It just makes it a fad, which we talked about. Most animes become a fad at a moment. But to become the best anime of the year means you're consistent through that entire year. And it was not. It was consistent for 3 months.
That's your rap?
I'm rapping.
Okay.
I was about to say, because that photo I sent, that was 2025 its rating. So it can't be a fad if it did it 2 years. It's been put.
The 2025 votes.
Okay, y'all not, it's final. Go ahead, Hockey Man. Y'all not arguing no more.
Oh, okay, my bad. Hey,
try to get a little scrap going. Go ahead.
Hey, there's I'm extending a handshake. That was really good. Shicey and Durags.
I got to see the handshake to respond to it, man.
You're right.
All right, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Okay, go ahead, Hockey Man. You got 2 minutes, man.
He just had his minute.
Yeah, I already did mine.
Oh no, that was your final, evidence.
Oh well, so I get a final after the evidence.
No, I said I'm gonna let you show your evidence, and then you have your final.
Oh, so does he gets another final too?
No. He just did it right now. Okay, yeah. So we gonna go to the judge's corner. Hey, Royalty. Based off of what you heard, who you got? So go ahead and throw that in the chat. Like Tyson, I think that it was good bringing up that Netflix thing. I think that was a very good move.
It was.
I feel like Rox had a killer of an argument comparing the fact that
really solid argument for Rox.
The lack of depth and story of Demon Slayer being on that top 3 list, also winning Anime of the Year, and Solo leveling. The comparison that he made with that, I thought that was very great on that quote. I just want to ask y'all real quick. I mean, well, I want to ask because I got a question mark right here. Hockey Man, you brought up the cult following for what again?
I forgot to use that. Hey, but hold on, I got this.
Why the fuck you lying?
I forgot to use that too. I forgot to use them both. I'm so in the argument.
That's crazy.
You brought up the cult following for what? What was that cult following brought up for? Because I don't think I got an answer on that.
Oh, for that, the reason I brought that up is
Mhm.
because that is the reason why, in a short amount of time, Solo Leveling can get all those types of votes because
Got you. Okay.
people knew.
Oh,
Hey,
the consistent
this
fan
came
base.
Yeah,
Got
it's definitely because of the fan base.
Okay.
Because it was considered the number one manga.
I think I disagree on the number argument. That's Santo, right? What did you think about that? Like Tyson, the if we were using
Which one?
the numbers that was being put up, the reviews.
I also disagree with it because that is very subjective versus
No,
objective.
because I feel like they hella. I don't feel like. Okay, so say somebody put up 50, and then somebody put up 40. That still looks crazy. That still looks crazy in my opinion.
But that wasn't 40 though. That was more like a 30 piece.
No,
For real, when you were looking at the number ones to like to the number
It was 100
I
less.
think it was.
It was 100 less.
100. It was like almost 200K. From that spot to the number one spot, which was One Piece, it was up here. I have it.
Okay.
what was they at? 60K?
Like Tyson, go ahead, man.
Hold
I
on.
thought there was like five.
You know what? I'll
500.
take the 30 still looks crazy to me. That's just to me.
Yeah,
The 30 still looks
it
crazy
looks
on
really
that list
wild.
with those big hitters like that.
And it was only in
Yeah.
3 months.
Yeah, it's
Well,
almost 200.
we're not even
It's like
talking about.
160, 170K difference.
So regardless of that, right?
I hold on real quick, like Tyson. I'm gonna go right to
Go
you.
ahead.
I am going off the short amount. That is a short amount of time to be banging up there with the animals. That's
to
crazy.
be hitting top 5 in that short amount of time, yes, I agree. Is insane.
I
Tyson,
agree
go
with
ahead.
that too.
But
Not a lot.
that's also a kind of thing to point out is that it's spiked really well with the last 3 months versus.
Go ahead, like.
I'm not going to interrupt you, Mike. Like
Chill out.
Tyson.
Go ahead,
I'm not
like
gonna
Tyson.
interrupt
My
you.
bad. This dude is being
I know.
unprofessional. Go ahead.
My point was is that Solo Leveling is, regardless to whatever the publications have been, is still relatively new on the anime scene. And for Solo Leveling to not only contend with, but be on par with some of the newer anime that have been dropped, and they've only been like a couple years old, and it's spiking this hard in just a few months, it says something.
Making the history books. Now,
Regardless of what it's hitting, it's making history.
Now, I do want to look more into that spam voting. How do you, like Tyson? Do you know of that happening? Because that'll make me kick this thing to New Mexico.
It makes so. Here's what's weird is because I looked into the voting process for Crunchyroll and the Anime Awards. The users can only vote once per day, so 1 vote per account per day.
That's not really spamming.
It's hard to spam that unless you're creating that many emails for that many accounts. Like you have to be botting at that point, and
no, but that's his point though. His point is I'm just being objective here.
What I'm saying is the complication of botting for people who watch anime seems over the top.
Right.
I feel like it's a reach.
Do you want me to bring up an article?
Yeah, bring it.
I can bring up.
I wanted that.
If it's evidence, bro, bring it. I want it. I want to see.
Like Tyson,
would it be too late to bring up this evidence?
It would be too late to bring up this evidence.
Technically, yes.
Well, but this is it because this is just.
I wanted that earlier. I remember I asked for it.
I didn't hear you ask for it. My bad.
Even with the evidence,
but even with botting, right? Even if it's spam voting or whatever, you still have to consider the fact that at least some of the judges considered this to be up there. If it was already in nomination, that means there's some people in the industry who said this is actually really good.
I'm looking at them webtoon numbers, and as far as
I
I'm
was looking at
concerned,
that too.
they stick together.
It's called review bombing.
Those webtoon numbers is immaculate.
It's amazing.
But webtoon numbers are nothing compared to manga numbers.
No, the reason why. Shiesty and Durag, I understand. I hear what you're saying, and I completely 100% agree with you. But I'm saying that following that he brought up
before it became a manga. So technically, that is
it was never a manga. It
was like a light novel. It was like a light novel.
It was a light novel, which is still a manga because it's Korean.
Which, regardless, though, the amount of following it had even before it even got to light novel stage is insane work. It's numbers that we haven't seen in years out of a series like that, especially light novel series.
Hey, Laylo, what you mean by that? What you mean by that, man?
Yeah, I want to know what Laylo means by that, because even if 1,000 people vote a day, like that still adds up because you have one person per account per day.
Yeah, which is OD.
Them webtoon and them followers rolling up.
So here's a few.
Man.
Elder Scrolls was review bombed in 2015.
We're looking at video games though.
Well, I'm just showing you different incidents of it happening.
So
this
I
is
want to see an
going to show you
that's related to anime specifically.
I do too. But
can we just see it on Crunchyroll?
He's showing for those.
I want to see it specifically to this situation or anything regarding this situation. Because if we're gonna go ahead,
hold on, he's trying to show what that is because I didn't know what that was.
I was showing you what review bombing was in different incidences. So because what I was refuting, and I don't want the goalpost to be moved, was you saying that you don't see people of a fandom taking their time out to review bomb something, regardless of whatever that genre is.
No, I was saying.
Hold on. Let me finish, because.
You going
you didn't say specifically anime. When I said review bombing, you didn't. You just said show me an incident of it happening. When I said review bombing happens, I'm telling you it happens within a wide spectrum of things.
And he was asking for specific though, like Tyson was.
He didn't say specifically anime.
No, wait. No, hold on. Wait.
Now,
you gotta get this clear.
I mentioned earlier the main ones doing it was One Piece and Naruto. Now, what I'm finna show is a thread.
Wait, hold on. When he asked for it, he was asking for specific. That's what Light Tyson was asking for specific. That on solo leveling.
But he didn't.
No. But when he I thought that's what. I thought that everybody knew that. That's what he was asking.
Because when I asked for it, I said it's a possibility that it happened with solo leveling. What you guys were saying, or from what I gathered that you guys were saying, is you didn't know what review bombing was, and that it.
No. I did, but I wanted to say, please show me that being done because I'll get this. This case will be closed now,
and that's what I said. I don't have proof of review bombing on solo leveling. I have proof of review bombing happening, and I'm saying that it's a possibility that it could have happened with solo leveling, being that it typically happens when the new anime comes out around that time. Was my whole point, casting doubt. I can't prove that it happened with solo leveling, but I can prove what review bombing is.
Did it happen? Hold on, real quick, because I want to keep this on a straight line.
Mm-hmm.
Could the possibility happen to One Piece, Dragon, Demon Slayer?
Just any anime. Just any other anime.
Yeah.
Possibility of it happening is when it first comes out. Typically,
it's only when it first comes out.
When it first comes out is typically when it happens.
So what I was trying to get to, and what I was asking was,
which Dan could be on that list.
Show me the evidence.
Dan could be on that list. Correct.
Okay. So I just wanted to see evidence of review bombing in regards to an anime. It doesn't matter which one. Just a particular anime that has been shown and proven on paper that there was review bombing involved in the voting process.
That's what I thought I was gonna see. Mike Tyson. Real shit.
I was looking for it just to be on Crunchyroll.
Okay, hold on. What was that? What was that?
Hold on. That was somebody's review on that was somebody's YouTube review
that one I didn't even know it was still up. That one,
okay, I thought that was an article. My bad.
No, that was a Reddit thread on somebody review bombing One Piece and Attack on Titan.
Okay, like Tyson, let's wrap this up, man. Where we sending Solo Leveling to jail, or is he out on probation? What's going on? What you doing, man?
I think he belongs in the community service sector, due to being due to being a accessory.
Community service. You mean they have to show that they're worth these praises. Okay, gotcha.
Yes. And in that being that we have to Solo Leveling needs to prove itself, saying no, we weren't just an accessory. We actually earned this spot.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I feel. Yeah.
Hold on real quick, Raxy.
No, because he wants to see it again. So if I showed you the IMDb and the Rotten Tomatoes reviewing, that was for this year. It's that.
I understand that, but I'm talking about for.
No, stop arguing with the judges, man.
That was an argument. I was just making sure, like,
it wasn't an argument yet. It could have went there. You know what I'm saying?
I was trying to make sure I'm clarifying that he wants more from that, not just the 2 years.
Correct.
Okay, that's all I asked.
Here's my thing that I
feel
really
look like a McDonald's nigga.
Damn.
Not with that thing right there that we can't have in the frame. The thing that we can't have in the frame.
He said, "Yo, what do you want, man? A Big Mac?"
I think the bashing over the head was kind of like a reverse part of the argument, where saying how much it lacks depth and story and all that. And I've heard you say the same thing about Dan. I heard you say the same thing about Demon Slayer, which
not Dan. I didn't say that.
You did say that about.
I said it about Demon Slayer.
Wait, hold on. Let's go back. You said that about Dan. You and him were on the same. You and Rox were on the same level. That
I felt
it
like
don't go no further than
corny.
this.
Yeah, like that was my thing. It wasn't necessarily like the lack of character development and all of that. I just felt like it was getting corny because they do have character development. Like the little boy with the turbo granny, he's a totally different dude. Because I've got into it, so the characters do develop, but it's still corny and it's really just not for me. That was my thing.
My thing is like, how you gonna use some of the things like that to go against your argument when you said, and he pointed that out.
I did, but when we also had that discussion about Demon Slayer, because you remember I recommended Demon Slayer to somebody who's never watched anime, saying
at the time I've seen you do that. Yes.
So I said, I recognize the grip that it has on the people. Doesn't mean that I like it. You know what I'm saying? But I recognize the grip, and I can see how some people might like that. Like Ty, she liked that. So I'm just because I don't like it, or I don't think just because I think it's mid.
No. It doesn't have anything to do with that. It has the things that you had to say about that, and you said that about this, but you're using it to prove your argument.
Right, but that
you get what I'm saying?
I never said that Demon Slayer was not a good anime. I said that it was mid. My whole thing was I didn't think it deserved those top spots, which is the same thing that I'm saying about this.
Okay. I feel that lying would not be true based off of what he showed me. Falsifying federal documents, unless Rox did it. Those are straight from the source, sir.
That literally from Google. Right, I screenshotted it.
That's
was
not AI though. I seen all of that.
I did see the AI overview. I do see.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. When I was doing my research, I seen those same things.
Hold on, let me go look at it real quick before I make my decision.
There were 2 articles that were part of that search in his evidence that weren't related to the AI. They were just articles that got quoted.
I need to see it from my own 2 eyes. Hold on, let me go back and see how much.
Only one of them said AI overview. One of them said AI overview.
Because I don't trust that thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's why I didn't use no AI, or I didn't click none of that, because it's an AI overview.
Oh, I could have scrolled down and got the same information.
Okay, so
if need be.
Okay, so Here, hold on. Okay, so the articles that are supporting this are under it. I'm just talking about AI overview. I don't mess with that at all.
Right. I
But
know.
the articles under it right now, what I'm looking on Google. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna say let solo leveling go. I'm with like Tyson on community service. I don't think that they falsified any federal documents. Lying. I do believe that something's telling me about this spamming thing. I think there's some
I
might be
want to
some.
say something real quick.
Go ahead.
Community service is a conviction. It's a conviction with no, for real. Community service is a conviction. It means you've been convicted of a crime and sentenced to community service.
Yeah, but his sentence was to go to. I mean, his charges was to send him to prison. So
it's still.
I see what you're saying, but he's out. He's out though. No, I wouldn't.
Yeah,
I wouldn't.
But he's convicted.
Yeah,
Listen,
but hold
all
on.
I want to do is make sure my client go home.
Hold on. Yeah, exactly, and that's what.
He's convicted, but not on the charges that you were placed. He's convicted on a separate charge. Yeah.
So it's a win for the firm.
Hey, if you like this ish, it's
a win for the firm. No, I'm saying it's a conviction. The conviction rates, that's what matters.
I don't.
We're gonna get paid. We're gonna get paid, y'all.
The problem is the conviction rate only applies to your charges.
Got him.
Got him.
Hey, we about to get paid, baby.
Hey, listen.
Let's go.
At the end of the day, if my client gets to go home, walk and go to sleep in his own bed, and just has to put out more anime,
hey, I'm gonna change this dude's name to Shiesty Durag Petty at Law. You know Petty. Hey, if you like this, it's like this. Thanks. You're a great. Hey, like Tyson, you're a great. You know what I'm saying? We a great team on the judges thing. I like that, man. Hockey Mind, great argument, sir. I like it. And Shiesty Durag, hey. You had this boy on the ropes, man, because I think that there's something truth to padding the stats, and if that review thing is true, I'm gonna go look. I'm actually gonna go look at this.
There's some off-record stuff that we'll talk about later, because Shiesty Durag was on some.
It happens within the Naruto and the One Piece community.
I need to see that.
Do y'all
because that comes after y'all anime. If we being real,
that's true.
Because it's all to get you to be like, or the newcomers to be like, oh, I want to see what this. It's like a marketing tactic.
Yeah, so it's clout. It's for me. It's because these anime fans have these discussions all the time. And one of the biggest things that One Piece fans use, myself included, is, man, we breaking records with Batman, gang. We the highest view number it is. Boom, we the boom, 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 boom. And a lot of people can't handle that. So they'll go review bomb and then go review bomb and reverse their shit. So they will bring our numbers down and bring their numbers down. And it's a constant thing that happens. But even on Wikipedia.
Couldn't you be a victim of that, though? You could be a victim of that in
totality.
I'm sure
One Piece can. I'm sure it has been. As a matter of fact, I know for a fact that it has. But the fact that it still remains number one through all the thick and thin trials and tribulations and blah, 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 still says something. Everything else falls off. You know what I'm saying?
Out of all the winners of the anime of the year, One Piece hasn't gotten one yet.
And that's crazy.
And that's crazy. And I was looking. I was looking
at nomination.
And that's crazy.
Not even enough.
Well,
it's something going on. It's something happening.
Hold on. So
I gotta look into it myself because I was hoping I'd see it on the screen tonight. That would have had me.
That's my bad.
That would have had me on Shiesty Durag side all the matter.
If we 6-7 rings in. We Robert Horry gang. We
No. Don't call One Piece Robert Horry. It's definitely Jordan. So
no.
Because Robert Horry got 7, don't he?
No,
am I tripping?
But it's not Jordan, man.
But Jordan,
we all know who Jordan is. We already know who Jordan is.
Yeah,
he retired. Full Metal Alchemist. He retired and he out of there. You know what I'm saying? One Piece still playing, so he more like a LeBron or somebody like that.
But that's not the same.
It's not LeBron.
Hey man, it's
not the same.
Or Kobe. It died.
I'll take Kobe.
It died. It died. It died at the peak, though.
Hey, we Edo Tensei Kobe. You know, Tensei Kobe, baby. You still hooping.
I'll take. I'll take. Name somebody that's playing still because Jordan retired, and that's Full Metal. I'm just saying. Name somebody that's playing still. Hey, if you like this ish, man. We up out of here, man.
Yeah,
Hey, thanks for Laylo.